phone conversation with us. We can walk you through. It's pretty much coaching, financial coaching. But again, we can't give you legal advice. We're not lawyers. Have to make sure that you all are aware of that. But there are letters. There's different processes. There's different types of letters as you go on with the process. There's more aggressive with. You might have to dispute things differently. So in a nutshell, you start from making sure your stuff is accurate. There are templates. There are coaching calls available to kind of go over and review it. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I kind of sort of don't have a filter. So if you tell me your goal is to pay down these credit cards and then I look and your balance is now higher, we got a problem. You know what I'm saying?
I think
so,
Yeah.
they do, because
Yeah.
I mean, we've had clients before in the past that hounding like every 3 weeks, what's my credit score? What's my increase? Bro, this AMX card that you had was at $2 million. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's ultimately about accountability, and our goal isn't to babysit you with your credit. It's your credit, right? So, and you know, that kind of to like a business credit, like you have to have good are ways that you don't have to leverage yourself personally to establish business credit. Yes, very true. However, if you have good credit personally, why not be able to use yourself?
It all depends on where you're at.
I'm just saying that to say your personal, if you can manage your personal credit, then a business credit is a lot easier than when you have jacked up personal credit trying to finances. So why would a business institution get in a business relationship with you?
Right.
No,
Yeah.
that's true.
So,
Hey,
Yeah,
guys,
absolutely.
let me just jump in, and I know we're going to go into the second half of this, and we're going to answer more questions, and I want to get to everyone. Captain, thank you for being here. Sai, and a few others. So I want to get to answer your questions. But I first want to talk about the Comfort Killers Academy. That's where all the templates that just about information, the video is going to be in. It's a platform that I've created. It's the Comfort Killers. As you know, I'm crazy as hell. And I decided that I'm going to lock everything up for real individuals that's looking for real results. I'm really tired of the fluffy stuff. Theo is a partner of mine, and he actually contributes to the Comfort Killers Academy. A lot of real estate stuff. The last video was how he raised $1 million. You did too much on that video, man. I'm telling you, it's old gold. But how he raised $1 million to acquire real estate. Now, this is just real information. So if you're interested in the Comfort Killers Academy, the link is in the group chat. But the second half of this is going to be deposited in the Comfort Killers Academy. And just so you know, it's $1 to start. It's just $1. It's $1 to start, membership trial, baby. And the link is there. And let me go to a question. There's such a thing, and I want to get to Sai. Let me get to Sai's question first. Do you pay balances in full every month or pay interest? Now, that's a good question.
Well, what is personal?
Let's do personal, because he's asking how to get started in business. So this must be
Comes to paying your credit cards. Okay. Focus on first and foremost is the statement date. Okay. The statement date is kind of more important than the due date.
Mm-hmm.
You should be making multiple payments throughout the month, not just one single. For one, you want to keep the balance below 30%. So when you receive your statement, it needs to say that you owe 30% or less on that statement.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's on that statement is what's also sent to the credit bureaus. Okay, that same statement that they send to you, they send to the bureaus. So you want that amount owed to be less than 30% of your total limit.
Yep.
Okay. Now from that, okay, say for instance $1,000 credit card, 30% is $300. to say, okay, you owe $300 or less. So, to make it as simple as that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now from there, okay, you have a $300. Okay, $100, right? Because remember, this is a business relationship. You want to say, hey, I'm not a risk. Hey, you guys can make money off of me. But also on your end, you're saying like, hey, I use $300, but hey, you're only going to charge me interest on this $50 that I'm going to leave because I'm going to pay you guys $250 and leave a $50 balance. Charge me interest on that $50.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's in, and you're paying it off of that $50. So you're going to leave that balance saying, okay, you guys can make your money off this 50. I utilize the 250 extra that I really needed. And then from there, then you end up paying the 50 off next month. But by then you would have did another purchase like a gas purchase or something like that, something simple, that is going to show another balance and it's going to be less than 30% on the next statement day. Just want to continue. Everything is about the percentage numbers, 30% or below. Ideally, we like to set a better standard. So you're looking at 15 to 20% that you want to keep those at, because we want to not just meet the standard, we want to meet the standard. Because you want to say that, hey, give me credit. Hey, I'm responsible. Hey, I'm not a risk. I'm one of the ones you can let me utilize this money because I can get it back and pay you with interest in this amount of time. You see how it starts to become more of a business relationship instead of, hey, I'm got this credit card and hey, we can go to the movies and we can do this and that. Don't spend your money on doodads. Spend your money on things that's going to get you a return. So, for instance, using your credit as leverage. All right. When we're talking about, keeping everything in that range. If you spent $300, on this same scenario, what did you spend the dollars on? Did you get these new lights for your Jeep, to hook it up? Or did you spend that $250, $300 to get you a return of, say, $100 a month, or say $200-$300 every time? Did you spend that on something like, say, something to drop ship? Okay, you can sit there and put $300 toward items to drop ship, and then you can sell that on eBay, Amazon, let go. Okay, are these items that you spent, say, $200-$300 on for 200-300 items, right? So you might have spent $1 or $2 for each one. Can you sell those for $10? Can you make money off of those? Okay, you just spent $250. Now you can make, 10 times that amount. Now you can order more product and do it again. The $250 that you were going to, and if you didn't make the money in time back, temporarily, until you actually make the return with the product that you ordered. So now once you make the return with the product that you ordered, you pay that off, and now you can make a bigger order. You also did multiple things. One, you took money that wasn't yours, or technically that you have to use. You put it in a position where it can make more money. You then made more money. You paid the cards back, which also counts in a good way for you, saying that you can handle debt responsibly. All right. And now you're able to order more product at a larger amount because, one, you're financing your personal finance company, which is your credit card, gave you the opportunity to purchase the goods and items that you need to purchase. And now from there, you used it, you leveraged it, you made a return, you paid them back. And now you're saying, hey, guys, I can do some business. And they say, well, you know what? It does look like you. Let me go ahead and extend your credit. Let's see what else you can for us. You're making money for us. All right. We're going to let you utilize this more because we want more money. We like the way that you work this thing. We like the way that you handle it.
Yeah. Notice how Stephen talks about credit. It's a business relationship. It's not anything less than that. So you have to show these credit card companies that you mean business. And yeah, I'm sure you do have a credit card. You can't see yourself spending $300 on a business investment, but you'll spend up to $300 on food in a month and not make yourself any money to cover that $300 food purchase when you could have invested $300 on your credit card that you're going to use anyway to make you more money. So essentially, anything that Steven does, and I do with credit, it has, in fact, I have to sometimes start conversations with him like, this is going to be a conversation about spending money. And his response to me will be, well, how are you going to make that money back? Like, what are you going to do to purchase your, whatever it is? You need to be bringing in some more money to do that. I want a housekeeper. I need to produce money so that I can have a housekeeper. Because we're not just going to keep shelling out money and not having anything in return. And I think, like Raven, you asked, is there such a thing as no point of return for people who are, is there such a thing as point of no return for people who are looking to rebuild their credit? Absolutely not. Like, people have, I mean, Steven's credit was really extremely challenging. Like, it wasn't okay. Like, it was bad. And like, he put himself in a better situation by reading, by following directions, by doing his own research, by making it important. So as long as something is important to you and you realize what it is, you realize that it's a business relationship that you're trying to develop, you're creating your resume. When you go on a job interview, you present them with a resume, right? So essentially, when you're starting a business, you present them with a business proposal. Think about it like a business proposal. Your credit is your business proposal when you don't have nothing else. You might have no cash, right? Yep.
You got cash. You got boatloads of opportunity. Exactly. And yeah, that's important to note, is that, and I love how you guys handle your relationship. You're focused on it, and if I spend this, how are we going to get this back? And plus more. The mindset is always, how can we bring more money back? And that's the ultimate goal, is utilizing your credit to a point where, for investing her, that I'm going to do this webinar, and I think that she may, benefit from it. And she said, well, my credit is good, but are you utilizing your credit? Mm-hmm. Are you just sitting on just to say, oh, I got a 750? You're just sitting on that just to say you have a good credit, but you're not really even setting yourself up for success. You're already at the point where you could start utilizing that to bring more income in, passive income, upper echelon of credit usage, right? Yeah. Only for investment purposes.
And I mean, I had good credit. Like, I had good credit, but it didn't matter because I was still getting denied because I used my credit correctly. True. So yep. Like, you can have good credit and still be denied. For me, before there was a Steven with good credit, I did what I wanted to do with my credit cards.
Yeah.
I spent them how I did. I paid my minimum balances. I probably paid a little bit more. I did just but when a company really looks at you, are you a risk to them? Yeah, because all I was doing was my minimum payments. I didn't have a threshold. That 30%, blah, blah, blah. I'll rack it up and pay it back. Yeah. And that's just how I did it. And in some instances, that may work for some institutions, but in others, you look like a risk. It's just like when you're talking about job experience, right? Or business, when you got a business proposal, they want to know what experience do you have. If my only experience is 50%, keeping my balances to 50%, paying them down, racking them up, or keeping them high for, longer than necessary, then you look risky. And all of it, like everything that we're telling you, will go through extreme detail, because as you guys can see, even it's very passionate about conversation and about leveraging and using your credit to the best of its ability and using it to really help you in the best way that it can, versus just walking around saying that I have good credit. Good credit is great.
Bad credit, I'm not.
Or I have bad credit and I'm sad about it.
I'm sad.
So
But of course, I'm going to plug in a few things here. The first thing I'm going to plug in is you will be getting your ebook, your free ebook. I have everyone's email address here from the last server. I will be sending that over most likely by tomorrow. As soon as maybe tonight, I'll get that over to you. That's the first step, is to excellent credit. That will just give you the baseline information of what you need to know before you move to the next step. Now, the next step is part of the Comfort Killers Academy, because within there, we're going to put the templates. We're going to put the webinar that teaches you exactly what to do. And then from that webinar, you can have access to Jessica and Steven. And in the periods where you're going to need that access, I need a little bit more support, or I need this question answered. Whatever you need, we're going to have that in there for you. So that's the first and second step. And then, of course, the third step is to start leveraging your credit. Here's a question from Sai. Sai, what is a good credit mix?
All right. A good credit mix, personal. Basically, you have your revolving accounts. You have your installment accounts. You wanna basically like have like some credit card. Say if you can have 2 or 3 of you just starting out, 2 or 3 credit cards, and then you can have say a car loan, which is an installment, or say a loan that was taken out of the bank. Say you can put a CD. Put money into a CD and then take a loan out of your CD off of your money from the money that you secured, and then just pay that back. So that would be like an installment. So you want to mix it up, revolving to balance it out. Installments, what I do with installments, I over by 10, 15, 20 bucks. So your car notes always overpay them. You kind of cut out interest a lot of times. You'll notice your car notes and everything starting to reduce down. Then it'll be a point where it's $0 old, and you just continue to knock that down. You're showing responsible payment there. You're paying it over a nice length of time, but you're also saving yourself on interest. I try to do like my current credit mix. I'm doing a lot with business credit. But what I do with personal, I'm still leveraging it towards business. So all of my purchases are focused on things that I need. If I need small purchases for rehabs from the real estate, or if I need parts from auto, or little temporary fixes, those are my temporary cards. I designate my charges, and my bills are all designated by, okay, this card is for this expenses, these expenses for this company, this for this. Everything is ducked off. So my personal financial tools are working for me like I'm my personal bank.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
set it up like that.
Yeah. And I mean, just to add on to it, not saying that like store credit cards are the worst, but you look like a consumer, or are you trying to look like a serious individual, a business owner? So store credit, they'll give you a store credit card, sure, but I mean, what is Macy's really doing for you?
Not
right. Is it Home Depot?
Right.
Can you get some materials for this rehab to make money?
You guys are amazing, because guys, I think this is more to a mindset switch.
Yeah.
These nuggets that you're dropping are really embedded in the mindset. People may come here, oh shit, I need to thinking differently about how you position yourself in the world. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Absolutely. Because at the end of the day, see, our biggest mistake is that we judge ourselves off of the community that we live in or where we come from. And we don't judge ourselves off to the world in general. And that's how we're supposed to do it. We're supposed to judge our financial situation compared to the world's, not just off everyone we know. It's not until you venture off into the world when you see the different mixes on finance and the different echelons of people, and and it's all about a mindset switch.
Mm-hmm.
Like Robert Kiyosaki, he's one of the guys that he focuses all the time on switching the mindset. The quadrants, the 4 quadrants. You want to be on the BNI side, the business and investor side. You know, you don't want to be employed or self-employed. You know, but the thing is that it's always a stepping ladder too. You know, everyone at some point in time has been employed. Not everyone has gone to the step to be self-employed. And not everyone that is self-employed has gone to the step of actually being in business. And not everyone in business has gone to the step of being an investor. You know, so the thing is that ultimately an investor. Because why? Because the things that you invest in are the things that make you happy. You know, so if you are in the pursuit of happiness, if you're in the chase of financial freedom, if you're trying to get out of the rat race, you want to be able to invest in things that, one, that makes you happy, things you have a personal interest in, and two, things that you want to be able to do. You want to have access to. So if it's not something that you're doing, hey, maybe it's something that someone else is doing and that you want to be a part of, or that you feel that this is a good idea and I feel that life will be better with this. So you putting your money with your mouth and your ideas and your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you're doing is following your dreams, sticking to the course, and you're putting your money exactly where your dreams and your mouth is.
I like that.
You know?
Here's the flow then. For those that need to rebuild poor credit, it's in it for them.
Yeah.
There's a template, there's a system for them. For those that got average credit, it's also a system for them too.
Absolutely.
How to better put themselves out. And then for those that are good credit, how can we turn that into a full-fledged business credit and start doing things in a more business. Now, we spoke before. I know that you have a system that works for that individual. Now, can that individual show other people the system and primarily make it into a part-time income stream?
Absolutely. In fact, we don't want to necessarily do this, right? Not the physical sense, but like we've said before, there's a lot of information that we have that we want to share with other people. And like Raven said in the very beginning, I want to learn how to fix my credit so that I can help my family and my friends. We're looking for partners that want to actually fix their credit. I know Stephen and I threw around some ideas of what that package might look like this morning, but I think we want to kind of hold off on sharing what that might be. But there's definitely a system where you all can fix your credit, fix your cousin's credit, and make some money on the side doing it too, right? What we're doing is not necessarily proprietary information in terms of like if we're authorizing you to use it, do your thing. But yeah, you most certainly. And that, I mean, the simple answer is yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. So basically, not only do we want you to know how to fix your credit, we want you to know how to do this as a business.
Yeah.
So, for instance, we're basically looking for a team of people that is dedicated to not only fixing their credit, but fixing their family, their friends, and things like that. And we want to develop a system where this one is of course, you know, it's all in Comfort Killers Academy. We want to offer you the opportunity to be able to make money with us. You know, it's all about, after my credit is good, now how can I utilize it to make money? Now, while you're doing these specific moves to build and make your credit more stable, you're gonna want some money coming in that you don't have to necessarily be using your hard-earned money for it to establish yourself. So let's establish you a second stream of income as well as building your credit. Then you can actually take these things in actionable steps and apply it towards your life by making other people's lives better. So, you know, that's ultimately what we want to do. It's a each one teach one, pass it forward type of thing. But in the meantime, let us all make money off of it. Because at the end of the day, every single one of us has, you know, our goals and our dreams and, you know, things that we want to maintain and scale up and move forward. So we can all help each other out by working together.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I love it. And that's why, you know, again, a policy of mine is their mission aligns with my mission. My mission in life is to help people get uncomfortable, think better, act better, and live better. Mindset, action, and just business all around. And so what inside CKA, inside the Comfort Killers Academy, I pour my friends out there. Like I pour you guys in there. Give me all your information. I need to give it to a group of people that will recognize the real and take action on it. So that's where this information is going to live today. It's 12:30 now. We're going to kind of wrap it up. That's where this information is going to live. I do have a special. If you guys are interested in going inside CKA today, just type me in the chat, or if you don't have a chat, just, you know, raise your hand or something, and everyone's going to get the email on this, because I want you to at least have the webinar with the templates and the forms, at least to get that information going. If your only goal is to fix your business, then CKA. If you want to expand and reach out to Stephen and Jessica and work with them, that's inside of CKA. Separate. You could go out and do that. That's what we put CKA, you know, the information. And I want you to have to Jessica, access to Stephen, access to Theo, access to me, and just being a part of that community. So if you're interested in that community, it's the Comfort Killers Academy, and you're going to get an email for it, but we do have a special today. If you guys want to just finalize, you know, what the goal is here, and then we could just, we can leave it at that. But I do want to, first of all, apologize for the little hiccup that we had when we started over on Business Hangouts. So I'm going to take care of that, but I appreciate you, you know, following through and not giving up on us and coming in this Zoom. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate your time. Jaleesa, you're here. Jaleesa. I just want to say hi to Jaleesa because been quiet.
That's my
quiet. I look for those. I look for the quiet ones, and I'm like, hey, what's going on, Jaleesa? Hello. Thank you for coming in. But yeah, if you guys want to round it up, and you guys are going to get an email with the ebook, of course, and then information about Comfort Killers Academy.
Sure. Well, I don't know, but thank you guys for joining today. It's been a blast. You guys asked some awesome questions. Again, like, you know, our mission is how can I? And really it's time to cut off the strings and just get to it. Good credit, bad credit, no credit. All of those things can be changed in a matter, but it first starts with you. I want to leave you with that, you know, be responsible for your action. And it was a pleasure to meet you all again. Thank you guys for being understanding with that S happens, and it's Sunday and we're getting uncomfortable and the internet didn't like it, and so it gave us trouble, but nevertheless
we break internets.
Yes,
what happens.
We break the internet.
And what we would like to throw out an offer, people that sign up for you know, the Comfort Killer Academies today, say before what time?
Before midnight, man.
Okay. Today, we're going yourself, if you sell 3 credit repairs, you can make money off of that.
3.
But also get yours free.
Yep.
So sell 3, get yours free. So you make money off of 3, and also you're going to get yours done for free. So that is like a nice little gem just for the people that today. You will be able to do that, so you have an opportunity to get yours done for free by your hustle and also make some money. So that's us putting it where doing it. So you're not doing it for free. All right, you made some money and you got your stuff done for free.
Yep.
So how can you really lose on that?
So go ahead, put Comfort Killers on your credit card, right? Make the business investment.
That's it.
And then we're going to show you how to leverage that purchase to make you some more money. Okay.
Also, Jaleesa raised her hand, so we're gonna get her here. and she is going to just unmute yourself, Delisa, and you could back on. Let's unmute yourself. Theo is back. Actually, we have a subscriber to the Comfort Killers Academy. Sai, could you tell them, unmute yourself and tell them your experience in the Comfort Killers Academy so far? I don't have the computer. I can't unmute you guys. So they're having a problem muting themselves too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. It's all good, guys. Sai.
Well, tell him text his top 3 things that he gets.
Yeah. Text the top 3 things that you get from the Comfort Killers. Let me go over here, Sai, so I could unmute you, because I know you're a quiet boy. Freaking make you loud right now. Sai, you're unmuted.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, yo, Sai, I'm mad at you. You sitting there with the fingers on the mute button, bro?
No.
All right, go ahead. Tell them what you're getting out of the Comfort Killers Academy and the group as a whole right now.
Just more getting around like-minded individuals. I haven't really been using the CK as much recently. Well, it's the last week. But I have signed up. I took a peek at what Theo's doing. So my thing for joining is to get more access to Theo, and now I get more access to you guys.
Yep.
Right now, been doing it almost a year. Had 40 negative items. Now I'm down to 19. So almost.
Awesome.
Yeah. This is 2 charge-offs, 1 collection, and 5 late payments left. About.
He
When
knows his stuff. He knows where he's at.
When did you start?
Last December 13th of last year.
Yeah.
Basically, when you first started your disputing, how long did it take for you to get your responses back?
First, I'll say about 45 days. Because the first round, it took them December 13th. So it took about February to really start seeing removals. Because we disputed with the creditors first. We could dispute with the credit bureaus. Then the credit bureaus took an additional 30 days. And that's when stuff started to fall off. There were some hiccups in the middle, like they started sending like stall letters on these first credit cards, but eventually it'll fall off.
Yeah, it's like sometimes you get amazed, right, on some take, on information that does end up coming off too, on like the bluffs and things like that, right?
The TransUnion has a glitch from last year. In 2017, they'll just delete inquiries for you because they illegally put them back on there on people's credit reports. So it's got 9 inquiries knocked off. Yeah.
Now it's more advanced, techniques that you can really start to tackle it down. Like there's many ways that you can go about disputing, but a lot of them you can get straight to the point, no nonsense, and that's teach you, because by this point you want to be at the position where you're building up credit. You want to be utilizing it already. And so you can actually scale it up to use it for what you really want. So the disputing process, you want to be done with that, and at the same time, while you're finishing up, you also at the same time want to be working on building. The things that you can do immediately are always making sure that those balances are below that 30% all the time. Of course, your inquiries fall off every 2 years, but the ones that you get off, that's even better. And then basically, you want to even and balance out your numbers for your next set of positions. You want to basically, everything that you have, you want to get it to how it's supposed to look. So then we can get you in position to get to the next level of things. Because everything is about, okay, once I did the work here, now I'm going to the next part. All right. Then when you get to the next part, it's beginning to work through that part. So now you're doing your initial investments and things. But at the same time, you're making sure that you're keeping your credit and everything in order, your numbers in order. so that you can be able to get your returns but manage your credit properly. You get your returns, you pay that debt off, and then you position yourself again to manage to scale up to the next part. So everything is a consistent and persistent movement forward. So you always want to be moving forward, never stagnant, never falling back. You know.
Yep, man.
Yep.
Thank you, Stephen. Sai, thank you so much. Yep. And Theo, you're here still, brother, man? Sai, could you go ahead and mute yourself?
I'm here.
Yeah, Theo, think about CKA as the top contributor. Now we're adding Stephen and Jessica, people flow.
All I can say is me and Stephen and Jessica got a lot of stuff already in the vault that is not released, and I think I'm gonna release it all on CKA because I think I know a lot about credit, but it's like, damn, Stephen, it's like sitting on hands, like, damn, okay, you know, it's like this level shit, you know what I mean? So I just feel like it just is with these two individuals here, Stephen and Jessica. It's I don't know, man. It's just mind blowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just I'm kind of still speechless. I'm just trying to process all the information that y'all was throwing out. Because even though I studied and I'm dealing with all that, it's still things. It's like, damn, I need to be doing that too, or I need to be adjusting that, or I need to be checking that. So I just think it's a blessing to be able to work with, like you keep reiterating, concrete, solid, verified individuals that are out here and have years of experience in the credit lane. I mean, this whole it's really almost its own industry almost, you know. And it's overlooked a lot, especially I hate to say about people of color. We get afraid of it, like you said with your. Hey man, yeah, I got an 800. Yeah, I almost got 800. I'm still on call.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. So it's just you gotta. It's all appreciate Jess and Stephen, thank y'all so much for just blessing us with all this information today.
Yep.
No problem.
Yep. And welcome to the Comfort Killers Academy family. We love to have you inside and as a contributing Comfort Killers Academy. Here, you guys have access to that for $1 for 3 days. Go inside and see how it is. And the next round of webinars will be coming up every month. We deposit new information inside the academy. So just be a part of that. And thank you guys all for joining again. Expect an email with the ebook. If you didn't sign up originally through the business hangouts, just leave your email in here and we'll definitely get you that ebook and then information on how to join thing today. Guys, you know, I am stay boss, and there is no E in my name. Until next time, Comfort Killers. Have a blessed day.
Peace.
Peace.